is the Big O Show. This 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 is...
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive away in a new CDX. Only $459 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Take $10,000 off a 2025 MDX at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
The A Sultan's choice for excitement and a caravan of savings awaits at Toyota of Hollywood. Your wish for savings has been granted with discounts of up to $4,500. Take a magic carpet ride in a Toyota Corolla, not $24,000, $19,988. Step into our grand bazaar where you'll find epic savings at the #1 volume Toyota dealer, Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
Oh, Sam, not again.
Initiating Daddy's back.
Go!
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Sloman Shield Blink, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Sloman Shield Blink. Be the maestro of your own home.
Price, service, selection. Get all this and more at South Florida's #1 loved Subaru store. Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Save today with our 3 ways to save. 0% financing, 0 down payment, or make no payments for 90 days. From Subaru of Pembroke Pines.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, InterMiamiCF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive away in a new ADX. Only $299 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
right. Good morning, one and all. We are here with you on a beautiful Friday, November 21st, 2025, day number 18,936 since the Miami Dolphins were world champions, day number 8,721 since the Canes were national champions, and Bitcoin farting around 84,085, so we don't have a countdown for that one anymore, at least for now. Of course, it'll all bounce back very soon, which love and life. That's all I can say, love and life. Anyway, and I'll give you a little bit of my take on what's going on too with Bitcoin, which again, not something that I'm really worried about. The great Sean Stanley, of course, is driving the program. I am feeling like shit. The trip caught up to me. I have got a nasty cold. I am spewing green mucus left and right. So I'm on all kinds of drugs right now. I'm on Dayquil, NyQuil stuff. I'm on decongestion pill. I've got all kinds of crap in my system, so I'm trying to fight all of this crap off and trying to do a show here today for you guys. So I appreciate it. Please smash the hell out of the like button. I know it's a light day. There's not a ton going on. At least the Panthers got it done last night against the Devils. Sean Stanley, let's give the Florida Panthers a victory cigar. Well-deserved after the 1-0 win last night. Sam Reinhart with the solo goal on the night. It kept me watching, and I was watching a little bit of the football game on the side, and I was shocked, by the way, because I thought Buffalo would win last night. I really did. I'm glad they lost. It's awesome that watching Buffalo or New England or the Jets lose. So I'm good with that. So I'm glad they lost, but I certainly thought that they would win. But the game, you couldn't keep your eyes off the Panthers game because it was 1-0 the entire time, dude. And it was like, you got to watch it because any goal just changes the entire complexion of the game. And Bob had 31 saves. You will get your free Chick-fil-A today. Okay. Remember, when the Panthers get 30 saves or more, you get free chicken nuggets at Chick-fil-A. So let me see when I open my app, my Chick-fil-A app, do I have it? Let's see. Here we go. I'm opening my Chick-fil-A app. 30 saves, chicken days, baby. 30 saves, chicken days. So there you go. All right. Open your app and you will have your chicken nuggets, which is a beautiful thing. What else do we have? Oh, yes. What's it called? So, watched the game last night. They won. Shocker. I mean, the Houston defense was all over the place. By the way, isn't it interesting? I mean, for those of you out there that think the quarterback carries you and does it all, well, why didn't Josh Allen win it all yesterday? Oh, the offensive line wasn't blocking. 8 sacks. Oh, that might have been a problem. Oh, okay. He doesn't have elite receivers. Oh, okay. All right. So I thought the quarterback did it all by himself. I mean, that's what some of you people make it sound like. Quarterback does it all by himself, right? I mean, that's what Josh Allen does. He wins all by himself. He doesn't need a defense, doesn't need an offense, doesn't need receivers, doesn't need coaching. No, not at all. It's funny how a line that he's never had problems with for 3 years, having problems yesterday and against a good defensive front, and 8 sacks, harassed the entire time. I'm just, because, it's the quarterback does it all. He carries the entire football because, we have Super Bowl after Super Bowl, example after example, that quarterbacks all by themselves carried the team to the Super Bowl. Because that's what some of you make it sound like. So, just saying. I mean, you couldn't bail him out yesterday. I thought
I thought it's the end-all be-all there with him. Team game, I guess, huh? No matter who it is, but that's how it goes. That 4th and 27 play call, that was nice. I thought they were going to win it after that. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that they lost. That was cool. I can always be happy with the Bills' loss, but I thought for sure that they would win that game. I thought for sure. I was wrong on that one. That's for sure. So Texans got it done 23-19. Davis Mills outplayed Josh Allen. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 153 yards. Allen had 253 yards, but he had no touchdowns and 2 interceptions in the process. So just interesting because people make it sound like the quarterback does it all and they can win it all. And, last night was a great example. And he had not had problems with that offensive line in years. And for the first time, we always have offensive line problems down here constantly. It's like our quarterback has 2 seconds to throw the ball. It's not that he can't get past the first read. It's that he doesn't have time to get past the first read. Some of you make it sound like, oh, no, Tua, that's it. He's limited after the first read. No, dude, he plays behind a bunch of guys that don't give him more than 2 seconds. That's the way it goes. And that's not how you play with that kind of quarterback. But, it is what it is. It's just, I found it interesting watching that game and watching him run for his life and getting sacked and getting hit a ton and all that. And I'm like, well, when you're offensive, and he had a running game yesterday. He had a running game to take some of that pressure off. And, I guess they don't do it by themselves. For all of you out there that make it sound like the quarterback does it all. And as I've said, please name the Super Bowl team that won only because, the quarterback carried them completely. It doesn't exist. Just doesn't exist. Just like when we say, let's talk about Tom Brady and Peyton Manning and Drew Brees and Bob Greasy, and let's talk about all the games they won with their legs. There's none. Well, because you have to run a different kind of offense with those kind of guys. That's the way it goes. So just found it very interesting how the quarterback can't do it all by himself, even though many of you make it sound like he does it all by himself. Don't forget, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation, as always. And we appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bitcoin right now is at 84,300 right now. Went all the way down to 80, actually, 80, 81, I think it was, that it went down. And by the way, R&M Contractors, proud sponsor of our program, and we talk crypto on this show, and might as well just let me touch base really quickly on this. And by the way, if your home, your condo, you need complete remodel, kitchen upgrades with appliances, waterproofing your terrace, balcony, flood test report, very important for that, man, and it helps your insurance too. Impact windows, door installation, helps your insurance also. Bathroom upgrades, floor restoration. So do some things that will improve your home and pay off for itself too in the long run, because you'll get breaks with the insurance. Call R&M Contractors, Ray and Mike. You can see their exceptional work on Instagram. They have an Instagram address. It's RMC Fisher Island. That's RMC Fisher Island. And you can see the amazing work that they do. Now, when it comes to Bitcoin, I am not flinching whatsoever. I am buying as much as I possibly can right now. It is in an incredible buying zone, especially for you newbies out there. This is a dip that I didn't even see coming. I didn't think we'd get under 100 again. I thought that was done, but, the guy that took over does a lot of stupid stuff with the economy and the tariffs and everything else, so it's gone to hell. And that's where too many people are focused on rate cuts to power Bitcoin. Don't do that, because there's not a lot of rate cuts coming right now. You may have one in December, Maybe. Okay? Not all the Fed chairs are going to agree, but eventually Trump will get his guys in next year and replace Powell, and they are going to cut like crazy, and it doesn't matter, and they're going to print like crazy. So I know the eventual end game that's coming. This is a major shakeout that's going on by whales. And they are making sure that they shake out all the longs and the shorts and scare the shit out of you to sell. So that way, all the rich people come in. Tether last night, they bought $1 billion of Bitcoin. Don't pay attention to the white noise out there. Okay? Ton of people in the media, they don't know anything. They don't know a damn thing about Bitcoin. They don't understand our economy. They don't understand what's going on with our dollar. Okay? This is all white noise. This is all white noise, what you're getting. Don't fall for it. Not financial advice, but it's the same thing I told you at 16,000 and at 20 and at 25, and it's the same thing I'm going to tell you at 85. And right now I'm telling you, not a financial advisor, but it doesn't get any better than this right now. You're getting handed 30+% right now, 30+% of profits, because we'll easily get past 127 and blow past it to 150. Remember I told you about the violent rips coming? We're getting closer to them now. This makes it even closer. The RSI is at a level that is so overbought that every time we've gone this low, the bounce has been vicious. It's coming. Okay? So hang in there. Do not give in to the FUD out there. Stack, hodl, patience. Don't listen to people that have no idea what's going on. Zero freaking clue. Okay? And sadly, that's just the way it is. Most people don't invest. Most people don't follow the economy. Most people don't follow politics. They are just kind of fans on the periphery of their little stupid parties or their silly candidates or whatever it is, but they really don't follow what's really going on. Okay? I happen to do it. I happen to follow exactly what's going on. And unfortunately, there's a lot of just misinformation out there. Okay? Everything they're doing will empower Bitcoin to go to ungodly levels that you would have never thought of, because they continue to devalue dollars just like they do overseas. In many countries, they're doing the same thing, and it's the inevitable for everybody. This is a worldwide thing. You're not the only ones that have an opportunity. Okay? The Chinese community has an opportunity. The Russian community has an opportunity. The Mexican community, the Canadian community, the entire world. Okay? And it's finite. And there's only 21 million. And right now, what you're seeing is an exchange of wealth. The retail people that are getting scared are selling, and the rich people are gobbling it up like Pac-Man. Do not fall for this FUD. I'm telling you, do not fall for this FUD. All right, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation. Send in your questions, comments, insults, all kinds of stuff. Always appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button. Also very important. What do we got on the chat board? Alexis Palenzuela's number one. Jeff in Long Island. Stony Stanley in the house. Edward Thurston Howe. Yes, they are guaranteed not to lose this week in the Dolphins. I agree. Kosa is in. Oscar Rojas. Brian Landis. Lenny Pena. Thanks for being on with us today, Big O. Hope you feel better. I'll get some rest. Yeah. Mucinic Dayquil will work wonders. Well, here's my Mucinic. Here's my Dayquil. There you go. I'm with you. Oh, and here's my decongestion pills. Dropped one there. And there's my decongestion pills. So I'm all over the place. I'm full of drugs. That's why right now, like, does my voice sound like I have a cold? Does it sound that bad or anything? Not really, right? Not that bad. That's because I was able to, clean up the system before I got on. But eventually, don't worry about it. It'll all bog down again, and I'll be all stuffy and all that good stuff. So typical. But thank you all out there for hanging in with me. What else do we have? Jeff in Long Island. The Jaybird is in. Shabbat Shalom, Orlando, Sean, and chat crew. Make it or break it for Inter Miami Messi tomorrow. New rivalry begins with Fort Lauderdale United and Sporting Jacks, with 4 players called up to the national teams. Yes, that's right. That is true. That is true. And they're on the road in Jacksonville. By the way, you can catch the Fort Lauderdale United game on Peacock or on Channel 10, Local 10. Okay. Let's see what else. Oscar Rojas is loving the great buying opportunity. Amen to that, dude. A freaking men. Think Blue Dodgers is checking in from LA, smoking a fat one. Integra says, what an incredible year for the Cats. It's been really fun watching them get it done, and a ton of players out, and Kachuk's return right around the corner. And here's the thing. So Panthers win last night. They're 11-8-1. They've got 23 points. They're 1 point out of the 8th spot. It's 24 points, the 8th spot. I checked it this morning. Everything going on, they're right there knocking on the door to be in the playoffs without 7 dudes. So they'll start getting all these guys over the next few weeks, and then you're going to become a much better team. And I am still counting on Barkov to come back during the playoffs. I really believe a guy like Barkov will do some crazy shit, will heal up in a way, and he'll be, it may not be himself completely, but he'll be healthy enough to contribute like Kachuk has the last couple of years where he's been injured, seriously injured, and still contributing, you know what I mean? Because those great players, they can be effective at an 80, 70%, 60% clip because they're already better than most people as it is. So when they're at 80 or 50 or 60, they're still really good overall, And so I'm with you, man. I've said this over and over again. This season for the Panthers, that's why I'm enjoying every game, I think is going to be even more, satisfying. Because they are going to have to overcome a ton of adversity to get there. And that's pretty cool. And if they're able to do that, and they're a middle seed, nobody wants to play them. Nobody wants to deal with them. So I'm really enjoying this. I can be negative about the Dolphins because there's really nothing to be positive about the Dolphins, whether it's current or the future. But with the Panthers, for me, it's impossible. It just is impossible because they're that good of an organization. And they're that deep, and they're loaded with players. And, man, they're getting us free chicken nuggets. By the way, tomorrow, they will take on Edmonton at 7 o'clock there at Amerant Bank Arena. So after getting the win over the Tough Devils, they will now take on Edmonton at 7 o'clock on Saturday. So looking forward to that. How about let's do our 3A Graphics sports calendar. And the one and only Alan Blanco. 786-618-1443. If your company, corporation, you need custom printing and embroidery, please call my guy, Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443. Texans defeated the Bills last night, 23-19. That defense was awesome. Davis Mills, 2 touchdowns. Josh Allen, 2 interceptions. Panthers defeated the Devils last night, 1-0. Cats got 23 points. They're 1 point out of the 8th spot in the playoffs. Bob had 31 saves. Reinhardt with the solo goal. Go get your nuggets at Chick-fil-A. Saturday, they're back in action to take on Edmonton at Amerant Bank Arena at 7 o'clock. Tonight at 8, the Heat are back in action to take on the Bulls. And the Bulls are favored by 2.5. The over and under is 249.5. Heat plus 115. The Bulls are minus 135. The Heat also will take on the Sixers on the road on Sunday at 1 o'clock. So that's the 2 games set over the weekend. Saturday, 6 o'clock, Vatek will be hosting the University of Miami. All right. And Miami is favored by 18.5, the number 13 team in the country. Over and under is 48.5. Miami is minus 1,300 on the money line. Vatek is plus 650 on the money line. Fort Lauderdale United, we just talked about it. They'll be at Hodges Stadium in Jacksonville at 7:30 to take on Jacksonville. You can watch it on Channel 10 and on Peacock. Excellent work by the ladies. And then Sunday at 5 o'clock, semifinal action, MLS. We'll see if InterMiami can advance to the finals as they take on the number 2 seed, Cincinnati. Miami is the number 3 seed. 5 o'clock will be the game time, and that'll be in Cincinnati. We find out if the boys are good enough to advance. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. What else do we have here? Let's see. What else? Oh, wow, this is good. All right. I had a doctor's appointment today. So my wife just sent me a text that she was able to reschedule it because I feel like shit. I don't want to go start. I had a meeting with somebody else today too, and I had to cancel that meeting, and I wanted to go somewhere else also today, and I'm so polluted. I don't want to see anybody, dude. I don't want to get anybody sick. I don't want to be in anybody's, it's not cool. It's not nice to do that. So I'll just suck it up and get through the weekend and hopefully feel better on Monday, and then I'll start doing some of the stuff that I had to do on Friday. Although the doctor's appointment, they gave it to me for next year. It's my heart, But no, you guys you can come back in February. I mean, I don't have any issues. It's just a regular checkup, follow-up. It's nothing, what I mean? So that's probably why they're like, oh, yeah, he's not coming here for any bad blood work or workout or whatever. All I've done is lost weight, so I'm actually doing the right thing. And by the way, this crap will probably help me lose a little weight over the weekend, right? Because it alters your eating habits, Just does. It's crazy. All right, what else do we have going on the chat board? Let's see. Gus 1388, Skylar Tipton. Let's see. Anthony Kyle Campos, Morning Insight. Stephen Ross is now interviewing Nico Harrison for the GM job. LOL. I think Nico. I don't know what that's the sad part about all of this whole state of where we're at as Dolphin fans is we have a terrible owner. And so you joke, but we really have no idea what the clown is going to do or who he's going to hire. All we know is that whatever he does is failure. Alexis says, I hope you're right on those violent rips. It's still up 60K from when I started, equals about 3,000. Oh, God, it's coming, dude. Don't worry about it, Alexis. I'm not concerned that I keep stacking now. I'm stacking, dude. I'm stacking. I'm not worried at all. At all. I'm happy as hell, actually. I'm the same as I was when it was at 16K. Right now, same as I was. You can ask Sean. I did not flinch whatsoever because I know what's really happening. And what they're doing to the economy is brutal. And each party takes their shot at it. And each party takes their shot at it in France and everywhere else. And in Brazil and in everywhere else, too. And they all make terrible decisions. Look at Argentina. You think they're not going to rely on Bitcoin? Of course, they can't rely on the peso. You know, who the hell? Only an idiot invests in the peso. Oh, I wonder who that is. You know what I'm saying? So, good thing. You know, the funny part is, why don't you see if the Trump organization, you know, the one that has all the crypto companies, why don't they use $20 billion of their money to buy the peso, but they use $20 billion of our tax money to buy the useless peso? You know, you just look at all the money that they're printing right now with all the military and everything else that they're doing. I mean, this costs a lot of money to do what they're doing. They have added $2 trillion to the deficit in 10 months. You know, it's funny how they lie to you. Oh no, we're not adding it. No, thing is, most people don't follow it like I do, and then I talk about it. Those of you that follow the show, you end up finding out about it, and I show you the proof and all that. So it's just crazy. I'm not worried at all. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. This is just the same opportunity it was at 16,000. How crazy is that? But we're in the 80s. We're in the freaking 80s. And it's the same opportunity that it was in the 60s, because you're not going to go down there ever again. So this is the opportunity of a lifetime, like it was when it was down at 16 and 18 and 20 and 25 and all that. And it consolidated for a while, and then it took off. And that's what's going to happen here. Eventually, the shit will hit the fan. Inflation will get out of control, and people will stash their money in Bitcoin. And it's going to go. Those are the violent rips that I'm talking about. You'll see. You'll see. I haven't been wrong about Bitcoin at all. And it's going to happen. Panthers are only 1 point. 1 point. I looked it up. There are 23 points. 24 is number 8. 24 is the 8th spot. They're only 1 point out. So it's I'm telling you, I'm having so much fun with this Panther season, because they're so deep. They're so well built. They're so well coached. They have so much discipline. For them to do what they're doing already as it is, it's impressive, man. It's impressive. So once they get all their guys back, I really like what's going on with the Panthers. Ocala Joe in the house. While it's never a good time to be sick, at least you have the weekend off. Prescription, plenty of fluids, rest, and Bitcoin should do the trick. Yes, and definitely buy. It's made me feel better the last 48 hours buying Bitcoin. Like, damn, dude, these are prices I did not expect, and I'm like, damn, I wish I had more powder. Bloodywood, we got a Bloodywood watching now. I'm sorry that you feel sick. I hope our music can motivate you to feel better. When you're feeling down and the cold has got you and the mucus is filling your lungs and your throat and your nose, you must jam to this. And there you go. And that's Bloodywood. How do you think Bitcoin will go down before it skyrockets? I don't think we go anywhere past 74, if anything. It costs $74,000 to make a Bitcoin. So I'm pretty sure we won't go past that. But I got to tell you something. I'm buying either way. I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all whatsoever. But I'm buying now because I think we've got to be somewhere in the bottom. The RSI is so low now. It's at a point that every time it's gotten to this point, it bounces like radically up. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? But I think this is more pressure from all the other people out there. All right, let's do it. He's late as hell already because obviously he didn't get my message. Let's go with David Furones in our Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins report.
All rise, football fans, as the Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins report with David Furones is in session.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They are committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Here's Miami Dolphins insider David Furones.
Would you just wake up or something, man?
What late as hell was this? What did I miss?
You didn't check your messages, bro?
I may not have.
Yeah, I know. I may. Of course not. Look at your eyes. You just woke up. All right.
No, I came down with something at the end of Spain, so that's why I'm a little.
I have something. I have something, so that's why I was calling you because, like, I wanted to do it a little earlier because I'm hurting right now. So that's why.
So you and I both.
Yeah, I just got
the international trouble will get to you.
I just got hit with a cold yesterday, bro. It just piled on me yesterday. It was brutal, and so now I'm hurting right now. So anyway, all right, let's get to it. Obviously, bye week, made a couple of moves, minor moves overall. What are you hearing future-wise about this team? Because that's kind of what a lot of people are worried about is what is Stephen Ross going to do? And most of us can't even figure out what the hell he's thinking. So your thoughts on that?
Well, I think Stephen Ross is letting the season play out. Clearly, he likes Mike McDaniel. I think that's been made clear through both what's been put out there nationally, his actions themselves. So Chris Greer was the one to be let go. So he clearly didn't want to commit to both of them go down together at this point. So McDaniel's getting the rest of the season, and for him, from his perspective, I think it's so far so good as far as trying to keep his job. And I know you don't like to hear that, but the impressive win against Buffalo, which now we see watching last night's game, they're really struggling and looking like they have a lot of problems of their own.
Wait a minute, David. But David, some people in the media and a lot of fans, they make it sound like the quarterback does it all. Well, why didn't Josh Allen bail him out yesterday? I mean, he doesn't, right? I mean, that's how they're supposed. They expect Tua to do it all for them. So isn't that what Josh Allen does? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, and I was thinking as Josh Allen had that play where he almost got hurt and he was taking sack after sack. What was it, 8 in total? Like if the Bills have Josh Allen go down, that might be like a bottom 5 roster in the NFL. Honestly, like Josh Allen does so much for them to save them. Like honestly, if Josh Allen ever were to go down, they'd be down at the bottom. They'd be in the dumps of the league. Seriously. So, and then that's with James Cook. Like if they also lose James Cook, then forget about it. they're down there with like the Jets and Titans and Saints. But but as far as the Dolphins, then I think Champ Kelly, one of the most important things for him is he wants to show how well he can work with Mike McDaniel. So I think that's telling in terms of at least the way he sees things. And maybe he didn't say it to the few local reporters that spoke to him that traveled to Madrid in a small setting. It seems like he understands, like, okay, the guy at the top, owner Stephen Ross, really likes Mike McDaniel. So let me show, like, I can go about this process the right way, working with him. Almost like that's the way to retain the job permanently and shed the interim label. So something to look out for. The interim GM can only do so much midway through a year when they are brought in to take over days before the trade deadline, makes one trade, holds off on some others. Those calls have appeared to be pretty good as far as keeping Jalen Waddle, Devon Achane. So it's tough to judge an interim GM off the second half of the season, but I think Stephen Ross just wants to see the process of how things play out in front of him and then judge based off that sample size how to run it back next year.
have we turned the corner on the offense? Is he going to stick to the run?
You hope so, right? I mean, that's why you got Daniel Brunskill in there in these jumbo packages so that you really pound the rock and let Devon Achane do his thing with an extra lineman blocking. And now Julian Hill is in there again. Although rewatching that game, there were some key plays where he was not blocking effectively when they needed him to. And that's one of the things that they need him to do since he's not necessarily a pass catching tight end. So the inclusion of Daniel Brunskill, I think we've seen a lot of strides. Like, hey, Larry Borum had a great game at right tackle this past game. So now that's with Austin Jackson. The caveat that Austin Jackson is working his way back. So significant timing for Larry Borum to then have his best game. We know what Patrick Paul is doing. We know what Aaron Brewer is capable of. Jonas Amaya maybe trying to find something halfway through his rookie season. I think Cole Strange had some rough points, especially down short yardage near the goal line situations, especially late. But this offensive line can run block. We're seeing it. So I think Mike McDaniel needs to go to it. And I feel like the exclusion of Tyreek Hill, once he went down, that kind of forced his hand where Mike McDaniel now had to go to what has always been his bread and butter as the run game coordinator with the 49ers and then offensive coordinator when he used Deebo Samuel in those intriguing, innovative wide receiver runs. Like, that's the backbone of what got him to the heights of being a head coach in the first place. So he kind of forced his way to going back into that, and not having Tyreek Hill kind of led him to that. It seems.
It's a shame because if you had Tyreek Hill, it would have been better to do what you're doing now because it becomes an even bigger threat overall because now you have two guys that can create havoc out there. I just wish he would have, committed to this 4 years ago because I think we would have had a completely different team, maybe different results, maybe even a playoff win, dare I say. So now, does Larry Borum move inside? Because Cole Strange sucks. Okay, while Borum has been serviceable, so move Borum inside and use Jackson as your right tackle. That's what I would do. What do you think they're going to do?
That's interesting because Larry Borum has done so much at guard. So now with the Dolphins, I've pretty much seen him work exclusively. I have to think back to training camp because definitely Austin Jackson went down first game. Larry Borum has been playing there at right tackle the whole time. So I don't remember a lot of guard snaps in training camp. It was a long time ago now, but he's pretty much been a tackle for the Dolphins the way they see him. But that is an interesting thing that maybe given some extra time over the bye week, you could try to get him in there, see what you do, see what it looks like. Although, I mean, players are they are off. So maybe on the Monday you could come back, play with it if that's an idea. Do
you know what a disaster it is for a quarterback to have two guards that really can't hold up? That sucks, dude.
I know, especially because the pressure's coming from the interior. The quickest way from point A to point B is a straight line. So that's the straightest it gets is when it's coming from up the middle. So
if Borum can give me a little bit better, coverage for Tua than Cole Strange does, and Savania has gotten slightly better, but he still has his problems. Which people, again, it's like you lay it all on Tua, and it's like, bro, you just don't understand football. And if your guards are weak, which the guards are weak, it just creates, it's just like I hear people all oh well. If he can't get past his first read, he doesn't have time to get past his first read. It's like it's just some stupid shit that is said out there, and you're not watching. It's like the kid is pressured constantly, so he has 2 seconds to throw, and it just in 2 seconds you snap, and as you plant, the 2 seconds are up already, dude. And you see other guys that they're standing out there for 3 or 4 seconds. Tua never has that shit. So he has to go through his first read and barely get to his second because he just doesn't have enough time. And if you don't have guards that can actually stop the people in the middle, then it just becomes impossible for any quarterback. Even for Josh Allen, it becomes impossible. And he's a mobile guy. An immobile guy is dead in the water. And so to me, if Larry Borum is a better player than Cole Strange, then it's a no-brainer that you move him inside. That's all. I need to give my quarterback more time to pass the ball. And this guy has lived under duress for 4 straight years, dude. 4 straight years.
Yeah. It's just a matter of the continuity of the offensive line, which I think coaches are big on, is that if you've had a guy working at tackle, then even though he has experience in guard, I think maybe they would only want to put him in that position if it were like an in-game situation where you were forced into playing him at guard. So I think they've kind of like settled on him at tackle. So the other thing is, now Mike McDaniel has also hinted at maybe more players coming back on the other side of the bye as in terms of opening up their practice windows, guys on IR and such. So it was already Austin Jackson returning to practice before the bye. Now he's got the bye week to recover some more, get that toe right as far as all the movements and the footwork that he's got to work on at right tackle. So now I'm kind of feeling optimistic, one, that he can then return, but then maybe is it a James Daniels coming back at right guard? Now he would only have 1 week, 3 days of practice to then get it going. Maybe coming off the bye, I don't know how it works as far as the Monday, if they come back Monday in practice and then let him get going. But that's another caveat too, is James Daniels, his return. So would you really be talking about like one game of, if it's
whatever,
Cole Strange and Larry Borum, then yeah, I mean, it helps if you feel like you got something. But if it seems like he'd be too uncomfortable, then just roll with what you've been doing and then bridge it to when James Daniels hopefully soon comes back.
Yeah, because it's brutal for Tua that the weakest spots of his line are the 2 guards. It's just like, dude, that's just that's a recipe for disaster, is what it is. And unfortunately that just doesn't fly for a kid like that. And
but he's been used to it. Tua's been used to it. Like you said, he gets the ball out fast, brother.
I understand that, but that doesn't make it right. You know what I mean? Just
right.
Put him in that position, and he has excelled where he's led the league in yards and touchdowns and completion percentage. He's been in the MVP conversation. This is with a shitty coach, a shitty offensive line, no dedication to the running game, inconsistent receivers, no tight end, barely ever involved, only 1 year where they got him involved in 3/4 of the season. These are things that just hurt your quarterback constantly. And when you look around the league, you see other guys that have an offensive line, have a tight end constantly, have receivers and know what the hell they're doing. They're organized. They're getting plays in on time. All the kind of stuff that helps your quarterback actually like succeed. We don't do those things here, and that's why under almost 4 years now, that's what's unfair to the kid, dude. I mean, you think Tannehill could survive in those 4 years? He would have never, ever come close to doing what this kid has done in the 4 years. He's not going to lead the league in touchdowns or in yards or in completion percentage. That's the part that people don't spin it the other way, that in spite of all this shit that he has to deal with, he's actually done pretty damn good considering the crap that he has to deal with. And so to me, that's why I would put Larry Borum in there. Make life easy for your quarterback, dude. Don't make it harder for him. And Cole Strange makes it harder for him.
Yeah, I'm with you. No, Tua's had a lot to overcome from the head coach he started with that wanted to tear him down to the offensive line. He's been the receiving core that he started with before. Tyreek Hill.
Hate you so much. For a head coach to hate you so much to start you against the Rams, bro, that's some evil shit right there, dude. That is evil shit right there. That you saved it to the Rams game, and that's when you wanted to start him against that defensive line with that offensive line. That's offensive. That's setting up your young quarterback to fail. and and I think they won that game.
They won that game off the defense. And yeah, Andrew Van Ginkel had a defensive touchdown. Did they also score on special teams?
I'm not sure. I remember they won that game. I remember they won the game, and it's just like, it's ridiculous, man. It really is. Yeah. But it is what it is. All right.
Was it a fumble? Tua's first snap was a fumble as a starter? Either fumble or a takeaway of some sort.
Yeah, I think so.
From what I recall. Yeah. The pandemic was a wild time. That was a wild time when you think about it.
All right. What do you got going on in the Sentinel during the bye week?
Yeah, actually, taking it easy over the weekend, but I did just write something on Jordan Brooks. How he's leading the league in tackles, had that big 20 tackle performance. So I thought it was a good time, especially on the bye week. He's doing Zach Thomas like things again. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying he's Zach Thomas, but the comparisons there of Texas Tech guy coming to to be a Dolphins linebacker, the leader that he is. Leading the league in tackles, like he's putting up tackle numbers. He's on pace to surpass like the career tackles high in a season for Zach Thomas himself. I know there's a lot of what goes into it, with what's around him on the Dolphins defense and how he has to bail everyone out, get the guy down that someone else doesn't. But what a player he is, what a leader. So I just wanted to
that story. Did you mention that? Did you give Chris Greer any credit for getting rid of one linebacker for this linebacker? I'm just saying. Yeah, because you got rid of Baker and you got him, and that was a serious ass upgrade, like a serious ass upgrade, and cheap. You got him also. You didn't really pay heavy money, but for a guy that's maligned so much, once in a while you might as well give him a little love for some of the things, because that was one hell of a move, getting rid of Baker and then signing this guy.
Well, think about it. For 51 of the 53 players on the Dolphins active roster, Chris Greer had a hand in bringing in. So whatever's good, that was on him. Whatever's bad, that was also on him. The good, bad, and the ugly. So it's only Andre Carter and the new corner that they brought in because Juju Brents got hurt, AJ Green. Those are the guys that that do not have anything to do with Chris Greer. So I think everyone's got to understand, hey, anything good on this roster, Chris Greer, did that. He did that.
Right. All right. Follow him on Twitter at @DavidFuronis_ and catch his work there at the South Florida Sun Sentinel. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll catch up next week, brother.
Yes, sir.
You got it. There you go. And he's off to New Orleans next week, which is a beautiful thing. All right. Welton Rayom. We love talking about Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom. They know how to get it done. 954-966-4646. Bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. I've been talking about these guys for many years now. And the best thing is that a lot of our listeners have dealt with Welton Rayom, and they're all super happy. And that's because these guys do it right. And it doesn't matter where you live in Florida. We've had listeners all over Florida reach out to Welton Rayom. They have their own adjusters. So if you have any kind of damage to your property, your business, never call the insurance companies. Call Welton Rayom first. They send their adjusters, and then they attack the insurance company because they know exactly what the damage is that you have suffered and what you deserve. The insurance companies will go out of the way to make sure you don't get what you deserve. That's wrong. They love to collect your premiums, but they hate to pay when they have to. 954-966-4646. They got Progressive and brought them to their knees for us. So they're going to do the same thing for you like they have for many of our listeners. Call Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom. The consultation's completely free. You can find out if you have a case. 954-966-4646.
This has been another session of the Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins Report with David Furonis. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
By the way, next Wednesday, we're going to be at Subaru of Pembroke Pines at 16100 Pines Boulevard. You can use that QR code. You can get $500 off. Looking forward to it. They've got some great deals going on right now. You can take advantage of the Forester 2025 model, 0 down, 1.9% financing, $249 a month. It's crazy. The Outback, $229 a month, 0 down. They've got 0% financing also available on the 2025 Outback, which you're going to love. The Crosstrek, they got a great selection of Crosstreks, $189 a month, 0 down. They've got 1.9% financing. Subarus are also built here in the United States. So you're also going to save money there too. The Legacy, the 2025 Legacy, $259 a month, 0 down, 2.9% financing. I'm telling you folks, give thanks, get savings, drive a Subaru. The Ascent Premium, $359 a month, 0 down, 1.9% financing. The Impreza, great vehicle for a young person to start off with, $169 a month, 0 down, 2.9% financing. This is a joke. Get down there, 16100 Pines Boulevard. Go see Alan. He's the manager. Eric Stampone, one of the general managers out there, man. Some great people. They'll take care of you at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. All right, let's talk a little Canes with the one and only Manny Navarro and our BigCheeseMiami.com NIL and recruiting report.
We step into the world of big dreams, big moves, and big money. It's the Big Cheese Miami Recruiting and NIL Report with Manny Navarro. After 40 years, the Big Cheese remains dedicated to serving the finest Italian dinners, pizza, pasta, subs, and salads. All of their pasta is imported from Italy and cooked fresh every day. Visit BigCheeseMiami.com. Now, let's find out who's the Big Cheese the Miami Hurricanes are working on with insider Manny Navarro.
Right. How you doing, Manny? You feeling good? Oh, wait a minute. His mic is not on. Okay. He's got an MTV shirt. I like that. You got it on yet? You working with that mic or what? Nothing yet? Hold on. Un segundo. 2 segundos. 3 segundos. 4 segundos. 5 segundos. 6 segundos. 7 segundos. 8 segundos.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. All right, Verizon. Way to go.
Hold on. Trying to get this thing to work. Good? No?
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, we can hear you there.
Got me now.
Good. All right, boys survived last week. Are you confident enough? Would you tell our gambling audience out there to lay the 18.5 against Vatek, just out of curiosity? Oh, you went out again. Un segundo, 2 segundos, 3 segundos, 4 segundos, 5 segundos. 6 segundos, 7 segundos, 8 segundos.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Have you noticed right after the 8 segundo? That's it.
Yeah, that's the trick. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is, though. I apologize for that. It should be working fine, but for some reason it keeps going out on me.
All right, so stop playing with your mic is what they tell you. Listen, so what's going to happen? Do we lay the 18.5 on the road?
That's a lot of points, man. And Virginia Tech, proud program. They have their new coach who's going to be in the audience. 18 seems really hefty to me. I think Miami could beat Virginia Tech by 40. But it is a road game. They haven't particularly played well. I would probably stay away from betting the line there because it's too much.
Okay. All right. Let's start off with signing day, less than 2 weeks away. So far, how good is this class that Miami has put together?
Really good. I reached out to Larry Bluestein and Andrew Ivins, who spend their entire lives studying recruiting, and both of them had really nothing but positive things to say about the class Mario's put together, in large part because of some of the work that they've done here late. They flipped 7 guys from a bunch of other schools since the end of October. High-end guys that have had great senior seasons. you look at the class as a whole. I think the secondary is stacked. They've got 6 or 7 guys there that are all blue chippers. They just picked up a tight end in Gavin Mueller, who is, a guy that everybody in the industry is excited about. He's a 6'5", 230, 40-plus tight end, huge body, kid out of Illinois who I think has 30 touchdowns this season for his team. And between playing the Wildcat and some of the other positions that he does, they line him up in the Wildcat formation. So just another weapon. And then the offensive line, like they're losing 4 guys potentially off the starting unit if Markel Bell decides to go pro, and they go out and they sign the best offensive tackle. They got another guy in Joel Irvin who Andrew Ivins compares to Inez Cooper. So they're restocking the shelves, and that's really what they needed to do because this is going to be a very talented team that is going to lose some players to the draft. It's going to be Miami's best draft under Mario, I think, this offseason. So I just think, you needed to kind of have another solid class, and they have 30 kids in this class right now. So that's a big number. There's not a lot of schools that have 30 high school recruits. They want to just sort of go in and pick at the transfer portal. Miami is saying, no, we're going to recruit from the high school ranks, and we're going to pull guys from the portal, and we're just going to keep this thing going and try to build our own guys. Because in the end, when you think about it from a budget perspective, you go out and you do nothing but spend in the portal. You're spending most of your money on that. You right. Bring in guys from the high school ranks, they're going to come in for cheaper, and they're your own. You get them in your building. You get to see what they're all about. So I think from that perspective, Mario's had the right approach. And look, they're going to sign the top class in the ACC for the 4th year in a row. I know the results aren't there yet. They haven't won the league yet. They probably won't win it this year. But in terms of operating the way you're supposed to, the way you're supposed to bring in talent, they're doing that the right way.
Is there anybody they could lose?
Oh, for sure. There's certainly some guys that could lose. In fact, I would even warn, Miami fans to say this could be the one year where they don't even sign one recruit from South Florida. I know that's shocking, but there's a chance. Javian Mallory, the running back who's been committed for a while, has been flirting with some other schools. Jordan Campbell, who's an excellent player out of Miami Northwestern, sort of doesn't fit the scheme that they have. He's kind of a stand-up edge rusher, outside linebacker type. And really, when you look at this defense and what Corey Heatherman does, a lot of people have said, well, where does he fit in? Even Ivins mentioned that to me, that, breaking him down. He's a great player, but he kind of doesn't fit the scheme. And so there'll be some guys. Anthony Kennedy Jr., defensive lineman, could end up flipping. He's an Arkansas native. Ashari Charles, who's one of their top edge rushers, is getting some looks from Missouri and Texas Tech. So I think there's some guys that they could end up losing, but there are also some guys they could end up adding as well.
Okay. All right. Don't forget, folks, you can follow Manny on Twitter at Manny_Navarro. Any potential surprise additions coming to the class?
Yeah, Miami is still looking at edge rusher and running back as 2 positions. A lot of people, and myself included, have talked about Calvin Russell, the receiver from Miami Northwestern who's committed to Syracuse, and Derek Cooper, from the running back from Hollywood Chaminade, because they're the top guys in South Florida. It seems like right now those guys are going to stick with Syracuse and Texas. I think if there's anybody they're going to flip, it's some of these edge rusher, defensive linemen, 5-star guys, Anthony Jones, Lamar Brown, Bryce Perry Wright. Those are all guys that they have recruited the crap out of and have the money to spend on, right, to pay and get them at a really good high school price compared to, when those guys are juniors or seniors. So I think that I think they've attacked it the right way. I think the issue is, do they flip anybody? Or are they able to sort of convince them the way that they have in the past? And so I think they've done a great job to this point, but I think more likely than not, they'll lose a couple guys instead of adding guys here down the stretch.
6193 has a question. He says, Mr. Navarro, does NIL affect military football teams like Army, Navy, and Air Force?
It's a great question. Every college football program has some sort of shared revenue, okay, including the military institution. So they can share that revenue with, in terms of what they earn from the TV contracts and so forth, the percentage. It's part of the NCAA bill that recently passed, right? So they're allowed to share that money. Now, NIL is sort of independent of that. Those are your Dr. Pepper ads, your Gatorade ads, your Under Armour, Nike, whatever else that these kids end up signing on their own. So, yes, I mean, can you earn money at Army, Navy, and Air Force? You can, because that's part of the shared revenue that every program in college football gets.
It's not good enough for that, and it's not their focus.
No, it's not. And most of those kids, I mean, they go there for entirely different reasons to play college football. They just happen to play college football too. So,
yeah, it's few and far between when you become a David Robinson that you realize, oh wait, I'm actually really good. I can play in the pros. And then you know, what was it? Chad Henning was the guy for the Cowboys, right? Chad Henning was a pilot, I think it was, and he also left to become a defensive end. Was it for the Cowboys, right?
That sounds right. Oh, yes, that sounds accurate.
Chad Henning, I think it is. It's very, at least in my lifetime, I'm trying to remember, it's very few guys that are even gifted enough to play, you know, in pros. And so, you know, it's just, that's really not their focus. They're not really trying to be national champions and all. They're actually trying to protect their country.
Right. Now, and again, NIL and revenue share are two different, just so people understand that they're two different deals. And look, every institution offers something because these kids got to live off campus, right? They still got to be able to pay whatever bills and things that they have, you know, cars, food.
Says military academy cadets cannot earn a dime in NIL.
I don't know if that's a rule specifically for one of those schools or all three of them, but I know that
I would imagine the Citadel is not going to allow you to do something like that. That makes a lot of sense.
I mean, it depends on those rules, but I know that in terms of shared revenue, every single school gets some form of shared revenue. So they can pay their own players for living, you know, not just their scholarship, but everything else that they
Not to get too political, but it doesn't matter what party's in charge. They print like crazy. If they really wanted Army, Navy, and Air Force to be really good, they could just print up all the money and buy all the players if they really wanted to there at Army, Navy, and Air Force. But what the hell, you know? Crazy stuff. All right. What else do you have going on in the athletics so folks can check you out, my friend?
Yeah, did my oddly specific predictions for this week. Some important games, obviously, for Miami to be watching besides the one that they play in. You've got Pittsburgh and Georgia Tech, which that one to me is the key to it all. Pittsburgh can win at Georgia Tech. That's a game I think that they can win. Georgia Tech's defense has been horrendous. Miami absolutely needs some help to get into the ACC championship game. Another one to watch is SMU and Louisville. So I'll be tracking those games tomorrow from home, and I'm sure writing an ACC perspective type story in terms of how it affects the Hurricanes. I also have my own recruiting story with a lot of the stuff we talked about today, sort of big picture, how Miami's 2026 roster looks. That'll be coming out early next week.
All right. And don't forget, go visit our friends at the Big Cheese, bigcheesemiami.com. Check out the menu. Remember, we are heading into the holiday season, so the party platters are out. So if you want to have a party, some kind of get-together during the holiday seasons for your friends, your family, your coworkers, whatever it is, whatever entity you work at, call them, 305-662-6855. Any plate can become a party platter. Plus, they also have a patio outside that you can rent up to 40 people. So give them a ring if you got a birthday, a promotion, some kind of get-together for your business, and you need a place to gather. Man, go to the Big Cheese. You get great food and an entire area to yourself, up to 40 people. 305-662-6855. Manny, we will catch up tomorrow afternoon after the game, my man. Thank you.
Good talking to you, brother. Talk soon.
You got it. There you go. The great Manny Navarro and our BigCheeseMiami.com NIL and recruiting report.
You've been listening to the Big Cheese Miami Recruiting and NIL Report with Manny Navarro. At the Big Cheese Miami, they continue to purchase the same high-quality ingredients that the most expensive Italian restaurants use. The difference is they serve large portions at a family price. Visit the Big Cheese at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue in Miami. Call 305-662-6855 or go to thebigcheesemiami.com. Go Canes!
By the way, speaking of Canes, they are having a one-day all-apparel sale at Caneswear. You can save 30% on all apparels, all teams. Sale only on the app, okay? T-shirts, polos, shirts, jerseys, hoodies, starter jackets, all of that. And remember, when you go over $99, you will get free shipping. If there's something there that isn't on sale, use my code BIG010. You will get 10% off. But I don't think they're going to give you 10% off on top of the 30% sale. It's not how it works, okay? But if you want to check it out, go to caneswear.com and use our code anyways, BIG010, just so they know that you got it from us. You know what I'm saying? And plus, there might be something else that you like there that may not be part of the sale, but it looks like all apparel and all teams save 30% off. So take advantage there. Caneswear.com. Love it. Sweet Baby Ray, thank you, sir. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Sweet Baby Ray says, get well soon. Chicken soup and hot tea. And I'm going to get some chicken soup very shortly. Yes. Cannot wait to get a little chicken soup. Remember, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Let's see. What else do we have? If Canes lose against Virginia Tech, how disappointed would you be at Mario? I'm already disappointed. What the hell does that have to do with anything? I'm already disappointed, dude. He doesn't need to lose to Virginia Tech. He already effed up the season in my eyes. I gave him one loss with that talent in that conference. The fact that he lost to two inferior teams, that's disgusting. So to me, it doesn't matter whether he wins or loses to Vatek or none of that shit. Just like I've said, I'm not with any of these Canes fans that are whining like little bitches about Notre Dame being in front of them. You got late losses. Too bad. That's the way it goes. In college football, you always get penalized for late losses. And if their losses are better losses than Miami's losses, well, then so be it. But if you're sitting there whining that you need help to get in, I don't have time for you. And I don't have time for the Canes for that shit. You know, you have all the resources in the world. You're supposed to get it done, and you're not getting it done. That's it. Doesn't matter what he does with. Of course, he should beat Vatek, and he should beat Pittsburgh. I'm still not impressed at 10-2. It's a failed season. Is he in the ACC championship game? Is he in the playoffs? Right now, he's not. So unless he's doing that, I have no time for Mario Cristobal. That's it. So I'm way past disappointed with Mario Cristobal. Way past that. Okay? Got to stop with the brain farts on game days. Kind of like your Gators every year. Let's see. Big O, your take on the Bills making the playoffs. Enjoyed every sack. So did I. That was fun last night. I thought they would win. I was wrong. Okay? I couldn't be more wrong about the game last night. Let's just get that shit straight. Okay? I thought they would win. Houston's defense brought it and abused Josh Allen. And Josh finally started having problems with his offensive line, so that gave him problems. And that was awesome. That was awesome. I mean, they're probably going to sneak into the playoffs, of course. But with that defense, they're not winning anything. That's for sure. Oscar says, you and I have both lobbied for Biggers to play, and he's done well the last two games, especially in Madrid. I mean, the guy's bigger than Gardner. If he just engages with a lineman, he clogs up the middle. Yeah, listen, you're at a point now where you need to play all those young guys anyways. I like what I saw from Biggers last week. I like what I've seen from Phillips already, and Grant's getting better. It's just you got to give them some time. Defensive tackles, they're really odd birds. Okay, unless you're picking like a top 5 guy that is like this monster that is like a Jalen Carter or something. I get it, dude. But none of these guys were picked that high. So usually there's some what's that called? Growing pains that we've got to go through. And I don't have a problem with that. It's that we have this world where we need the instant gratification, and it would be nice, but you're not going to get it all the time. It's just not going to happen. Skylar says, living in Chicago, I wish I could get the game tonight, hoping for a win because these Bulls are obnoxious. Okay. All right. They got a shot at winning. Frankie says, I'm very disappointed on my Gators, but happy we fired Napier. On to the next one. Exactly. That's all you can do, bro. Hey, Kim Kardashian did not pass the bar. Is that the first time she couldn't handle a bar? Because she's been swallowing up bars for years. I'm impressed. The Bus brothers are fired. They kept Ginny. Apparently, the Bus brothers voted against the new owner taking over, and they found out. You know, when you're the Bus brothers and you have accomplished nothing in your entire lives except be leeches off your dad and the business, Ginny, at least, she brought it. She tried, you know, and whatever. She had success. She did win a title, so she had success. But the brothers were useless, always have been. And I just found it funny that two silver spooners get, you know, shit canned. And these are two guys that haven't had to do anything serious for work for their entire lives. And they won't have to, because I'm sure they have their inheritance and they've got enough money to live a nice, comfortable life. But I just found it really funny to see that the Bus brothers got shit canned. Too funny, man. Too funny. What else do we have going on? You know, sometimes you've got to make key decisions in life. And last night when the Panthers won 1-0, part of that was a key decision. So let's go with our Sloman's key decision of the game.
What was the deciding moment? Who made the right move? Where did the game change? It's the Sloman's key decision of the game. Make the smart decision to protect your home and family by calling Sloman's at 1-800-ALARM-ME, serving Americans for nearly 100 years. Here's our Sloman's key decision of the game.
I got to tell you, the key decision happened a long time ago, and it didn't look so good. And it was Bobrovsky. And he got this major contract, $10 million per year, huge contract, taking up a large portion of your cap. You thought you were a goalie away. You really weren't, because your team wasn't physical enough at that time. Remember, we'd call them the Meow Meow, the Meow Mix Cats. And we would do the Meow Mix song. Well, they changed, and so did Bob, because Bob got here and struggled for a couple of years. And the key decision is not just only to sign him, but the real key decision was to stay with him and actually fight through some of the struggles. Not all of it was on him. Sometimes it was the people in front of him that weren't doing their job. But the fact that they were able to stick with him, and that Bob has bounced back to give them what he has now for several years now. And now he has played worthy of his salary. He has helped you win back-to-back Stanley Cup championships. You're trying to go for a third straight now with him. And last night, 31 saves in a 1-0 game. These are things that you need in this situation. When you've got a lot of injured players, key stars that are out, you got to have a goalie that's going to be on his head. And Bob was on his head last night. And I just got to say, key decision, sticking with both of them there, sticking with signing him and then staying with him, even though he was struggling. That's crazy. Now, you'll never struggle with ShieldLink. No way. With a single intuitive app, you can control the lights, the climate, the door locks, the music, the blinds, the TVs, just about anything in your home. Call my friends at Sloman's, 1-800-ALARM-ME. We're in 49 states. So it doesn't matter where you're watching except for Alaska. You can check it out. Call Sloman's, 1-800-ALARM-ME, and protect your home no matter where you're at. You could be at work and you see a door is unlocked, you can lock it. You could be headed home and you want to turn on the AC to cool down the house, you can do that. You got dogs like I do, well, you want to keep the AC at a certain temperature so it's comfortable for them inside the house. You got cameras, you could check out any of the action. Somebody came to your door, anybody that approaches your home, you will get the warning and you will know and you will see it live. It's a beautiful thing, man. ShieldLink is awesome. Please call Sloman's 1-800-ALARM-ME. Tell them that Big O sent you and ask about ShieldLink, cutting-edge smart home automation.
Our key decision of the game is brought to you by Sloman's Home Shield. When you want to protect your home, family, or business, call Sloman's at 1-800-ALARM-ME.
All right, folks. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, man. All right. Hurting, man. Hurting. By the way, how does Jamar Chase deny the spitting? Just out of curiosity. Like, we have cameras now that can see anything and everything. Did you think that nobody was going to see it? He hasn't spoken publicly about it yet again. I would imagine the next time he will admit, because it's funny, because if you hear his coach and you hear his teammates, they're admitting that he screwed up. That's the funny part. He didn't admit it, but the people that he works with, they clearly admitted it. So it says, first of all, I've always been impressed with how Jamar has handled himself, because in a lot of these situations, he was the target as a player. He gets a lot of respect in that way. So guys try to do a lot of things to get his attention, get him off his game. I've always thought it was unbelievable how he's handled himself in high pressure, emotional situations. Obviously, what happened is crossing the line. That's his coach, Zach Taylor. And we can't have that. I know he'll own up to that. So apparently he's had a conversation with him, and he's going to, come clean, I would imagine. But why? The real question is, why would your dumb, ignorant ass deny it? Like, you got busted, dude. There's cameras everywhere. You think they're not going to see it? Have you not seen the spitting incidents of the past that they've all been caught on camera? Do you think it's like Bill Clinton. Oh, I did not inhale. Who smokes a joint and doesn't inhale? Come on. You know what I'm saying? We're not stupid, bro. But you want to treat us like we're stupid. To me, that's the part that's insulting. And it proves why by the way, this also tells me that Jamar Chase is a first-class scumbag. First-class scumbag. I don't care what Zach Taylor says. I don't care what any of his teammates say. Anybody that does that, and then you're also going to deny it when everybody saw it, you're a scumbag, dude. You're a lowlife. And Jalen Ramsey, you've got to kill me, okay, in order to stop me. That's all I can say. If Jamar Chase does that to me, if any man does that to me, you can kill me, you can beat me up, but you're going to have to. I'm going to force you to do that, because you're not going to stop me from going after you because you spit on me. Oh, my God. I would be facing serious suspensions from the NFL. Not only would I fight with Jamar Chase right there as much as I can on the field, I will then hunt him down. Guaranteed I will hunt him down, and I will not be spitting on him. I might put a bat right across his head. That's what I would do with Jamar Chase. See, that's the difference. So, that's the part that, I kind of look at Jalen Ramsey and I see a fake tough guy. Kind of reminds me of what's this wuss that went back to Portland and had a chance to get traded here and went to Milwaukee. What's his sorry ass name? That wussy. God, what's his name now? Somebody help me out, please. Damian Lillard, that pussy. Yeah, real tough guy hitting a three. When you had a chance to like dictate where you wanted to go, like every other NBA player does, you like a little bitch. They sent you to Milwaukee and you went with it. It ends up being a blessing in disguise for Miami. Like Hot Plate Williams, what's it called? One of the Fab Five that they signed out of Washington with that big ass contract, and then they reversed it. He's the coach from Michigan also. What was his name, man? Anyway, so Miami signed him to a big ass contract, and then Stern voided that contract, and it became a blessing in disguise. So to me, like the moment where you got to show that you're a real man, I didn't see it from Damian Lillard, and I didn't see it from Jalen Ramsey. I saw a fake tough guy. That's it. Juwan Howard. Thank you. I saw a fake tough guy. That's what those guys are. Yeah, they're tough because they're on the field and they get to hit and all that. But when real push comes to shove on the street, Jalen Ramsey showed me he's not street, and Damian Lillard definitely showed me he's got no street in him. That's for sure. All right, let's go with birthdays, musicians. We start off with Carly Rae Jepsen. You can call her later or maybe or whatever. She was born in 1985. Let's see. Alex James, bassist with Blur, born in 68. Bjork, Icelandic singer, songwriter, record producer, DJ, actress, born in 65. I didn't know she was older than I was. Didn't know that. Let's see who else is celebrating birthdays today. Peter Kops, guitarist with The Church, born in 55. Gary Pill, guitarist with Sammy Hagar from 77 to 84. Then he joined Boston in 86. Who else celebrating? That's it for musicians. Now let's go with other famous people celebrating birthdays today. Remember, if I don't give you the age, they're no longer here with us. All right. And we start off with writer Voltaire, born in 1694, just a little bit ago. Let's see who else. Baseball Hall of Famer Stan Musial, born in 1920. Actor Lawrence Luckinbill, born in 34, 91 today. Actress Marlo Thomas, born in 37, she's 88. Actress Juliet Mills, born in 41, she's 84. Filmmaker, actor Harold Ramis, rest in peace, born in 44. Goldie Hawn, born in 45. She is 80 today. Let's see. Brian Ritchie from the Violent Femmes, born in 60. He's 65. Actress Nicolette Sheridan, born in 63. She's 62. Football Hall of Fame member Troy Aikman, born my year, 66. He's 59. Baseball Hall of Famer, Ken Griffey Jr., born in 69. He's 56. TV personality, NFL player Michael Strahan, born in 71. He's 54. He's not a Hall of Famer? Oh. Let's see who else is celebrating birthdays today. Oh, here's a wrestler that I'm sure you'll have, and another wrestler that you'll have. Actor Gina Malone, born in 84. She's 41. And that is it. Sean Stanley, do you have wrestlers born on this date?
Yes, sir, we do. Shane Douglas turned 61. Jerry Flynn is 66. Gideon Gray is 40. And I think the two you're talking about, WWE Hall of Famers, Nikki and Brie Bella, turned 42 on November 21st, 2025.
Nikki Garcia, formerly known as Nikki Bella. There you go. Both are 42 today. All right, all right, all right. And then you always ask, what happened in music history today? Oh, do you have any idea? Well, of course we have an idea what happened in music history because we've got the page for you right here. First of all, we start off in 1970 when the Partridge Family started a three-week run at #1 on the U.S. singles charts with "I Think I Love You." The song was featured in the first episode of the Partridge Family TV series, made the same company that made the Monkey series for television. In 77, Earth, Wind, and Fire released their 8th studio album, All in All. It features the singles Serpentine Fire, Fantasy, Jupiter, and Magic Mind. They don't make bands like that anymore. There's no modern band nowadays that comes close to Earth, Wind, and Fire. None. It just doesn't exist. The Kool and the Gangs and the Commodores of the world, and none of that shit exists nowadays, dude. Nobody. Is that crazy? Wow. Really. Music has taken such a hit. In 1980, REO Speedwagon released their 9th studio album, High Infidelity. It features Keep On Loving You and Take It on the Run. In 81, Olivia Newton-John started a 10-week run at #1 on the U.S. singles charts with Physical. The singer's 4th U.S. #1, the song went to sell over 2 million copies and became a #7 hit in the UK. What is wrong with you people in the UK? How did that only go to 7? How did that not go to 1? Come on. In 83, the greatest band on the planet, U2, released their first live album, Under a Blood Red Sky. It features the singles I Will Follow and Gloria. In 87, Billy Idol knocked Tiffany from #1 in the single spot there on the U.S. singles charts with his version of Tommy James' Money Money. Here she comes now singing Money Money. Get laid, get... Okay. Coincidentally, Tiffany had been #1 with another Tommy James song, I Think We're Alone Now. In 88, the Happy Mondays released their 2nd studio album, Bummed. It features the singles Wrote for Luck and Lazy Titus, and One Arm Boxer. Lazy Titus would have sounded better, but it's Lazy Titus. We'll go with it. What the hell? What are we going to do? In 85, Bruce Springsteen released his 11th studio album, The Ghost of Tom Joad. It features the title track. In 99, with that badunkadunk, Erykah Badu released her 2nd album, Mama's Gun, and it featured Bag Lady, Didn't You Know, and Clever. Just kick in Erykah Badu and have some great sex, bro. That's all I'm telling you. Okay? Get your favorite person you love, right? Lock yourselves in a room, kick in a little Erykah Badu, and just go at it, bro. That's it. That's all I can tell you. Let me see if there's any other names on here that weren't on the other list for birthdays. Nope. Nope. That's it. That's what happened today in Musica history. All right. Oh, man. What else do we have here? Let's see, Carly Rae Jepsen with that one-hit wonder song, and it was never Call Her. No, Call Me Maybe. Rule 1, don't spit on Big O. Rule 2, don't take a photo of Bjork. Oh, she doesn't like to be photographed? I didn't know that. So that's her human behavior. Let's see. Big O, did you hear that Ja Rule got jumped at a New York restaurant? No, I did not. But he knows how to fight. I saw him with Steven Seagal in that prison movie. It's not real. Ray Grullon says, howdy, oh, so true. Music back in our day was so original and well-produced. Yeah, I mean, God, think about that. Commodores, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and Kool and the Gang. What do you have nowadays that comes even close to that? What do you have? Nothing. Nothing. It's ridiculous. Music nowadays has taken 100 steps back. There's some good artists, there's no doubt about it, but it's not what it was. It's kind of the way it goes. You're not there's no new Miles Davis. There's only one. And you're not finding anybody new that's going to come close to him. It's just kind of or Coltrane or it's just the music of the past is so superior to everything that goes on now. Again, there are some artists that are worthy and they're good, but the overall genres of music, God, it's not even close to. De La Soul took out a new album. I saw that, but they're missing a member, so I don't know how it sounds. What else do we have? When at all possible, play side B of Led Zeppelin 4. Da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na. Bjork has physically attacked at least 2 photographers. Wow. So Bjork attacks photographers. Foxy Brown attacks nail stylists. Well, I mean, I guess everybody has their thing. I saw it, by the way, Gene Simmons. This is a story that affects all of us. So Gene Simmons was talking about any regrets, and he had a regret with his bandmates Ace Frehley and Peter Criss. Hang in there with me here, just 1 second. So Gene told the crowd at a special event, "I will tell you, if I have any regrets, my hand to God, it's that sometimes I think we all go through this. Sometimes we wish we were smarter and better at trying to help Ace and Peter have better lives. And sometimes all of us are guilty of it, and so am I." I love this, how he came clean completely. I don't want to start an argument and, let's just continue doing our tour because you want to get through it for selfish reasons because it's working and the chicks and the money and you don't want to ruin anything. Meantime, somebody who might be your brother is ruining their lives by bad decisions. And I think this goes to your friends, your lovers, your family members. I wish I would have practiced more tough love and just kind of, been more in the face of people we care about, and maybe we could have been better. And because Ace Frehley, who just passed away from a fall, and Peter Criss had alcohol and drug issues, and so Gene and Peter, I'm sorry, Gene and Paul, they weren't druggies. They weren't boozers or anything like that. So they were focused on doing their jobs and being the best artists that they can be and all that. And then those guys were kind of bringing it down because of all their, issues. And so that's why they got kicked out of the band, because they were drunks and drug addicts and they were irresponsible and they didn't show up to shit on time and they didn't do their responsibilities and all that. And as they got bigger and bigger, you got responsibilities. So it became a problem, and that's why they got replaced. And it's a great admission by him, because this goes for all of us. And we've got to be the asshole when somebody that we love is doing something wrong on a consistent basis. And if they need help, we have to be the assholes. It's not fun being an asshole. Like Gene said, "Oh, well, we'll just get through the tour and I'm getting laid all the time. I'm making money and all right, whatever, we'll just get." No, it's attacking the problem so you can have a much longer life together, and that would have been really cool. Unfortunately, shit happens in life, man, but it's going to happen to all of us at one point or another. We're going to have a friend or a family member that's not headed down the right path, and we have got to be the bad person. We're really being the good person, but at that moment, it's going to feel bad. They're going to make you look bad, but deep down inside, you're doing the right thing. And so for people that do need help, man, we've got to do our best to go out of the way and help our friends and family members that need help. Because, stuff like that, just sad. Sad. Let's see, what else do we have? Now, Bloody Wood says our music is on another level, and I agree with that. Bjork attacked a fan when she had her flamingo outfit on. LOL. Finn's Pocket says, Big O, Finn's checked of two things. Win an international game again. Beat the Bills convincingly, so I smell hopium again. I think we're going to win a tiebreaker over the Bills' division record to the playoffs. We'll find out. Well, Randy, I think, or Random Ray, I think country's become more mainstream because country's not so twangy anymore. It has more pop, it has more rock, it has more rap. So because they've added more of those elements, country is not like pure country anymore. It's not George Jones country. You know what I mean? So because of that, you are correct, my man. It is much more mainstream now, man. Hell yeah. No doubt about it. Unfortunately, it seems that Eddie Van Halen was bad to his bandmates as well. They don't appreciate each other contributing to the whole band. Oh, yeah, the whole Van Halen thing is a mess. And the brothers were very volatile. Both, Eddie and Alex. Eddie more, but yeah. Yeah. I mean, he screwed up things with Valerie and everything else. So, yeah. It's not as easy as it looks sometimes. And some of the people that we admire live some really complicated lives. It's screwed up. All right, folks. I'm out of here. I've gone as much as I can. I'm hurting. I'm going to get some rest. I will do a post game tomorrow for the Canes with Manny. Won't be a long one either. But I appreciate all of you out there. I'm going to shut it down. Thanks to Sean Stanley. Thanks to David Feronis. Thank you to Manny Navarro. I'm going to rest the voice. I appreciate all of you out there. Those of you that hit the like button, thank you. If you sent in a donation, I appreciate you immensely. Thank you for your support. We'll see you Saturday afternoon for the post-game show. If not, we'll see you on Monday. All right? Same time, same place, same bat channel.